Not a single game was lost by the Ohio State Buckeyes last season. Mike Hall continuing here on BTN Live alongside Chuck Long and Glenn Mason here. And to talk more about Ohio State this year, we're bringing a guy who was really good at Ohio State and is still really good now. A.J. Hawk is playing for the Packers and is dominating as he has most of his entire career. A.J. joins us on the phone now. Give us an idea, A.J., of how much you get a chance to follow what the Buckeyes do throughout the season.
Oh, I get asked that a lot. I follow everything they do. The great thing about our schedule is if we have a home game on Sunday, I'm home right about at noon on Saturday for the kickoff. So I get to see pretty much all of their games. And then on the away game, I'll try to catch as much of the game as I can before we get on the plane. And then once I get there, it's a race to the hotel for me to try to catch the fourth quarter.
What interactions have you had personally with Urban Meyer since he came on board?
I've actually got to play golf a few times with Coach. Been around him in multiple different events, and you know, if there's one way to describe him, I would say definitely he's an intense guy that loves to compete.
Yeah, how's his golf game, by the way?
He's pretty good. I played with him in this tournament out in Lake Tahoe last summer, and you know, I was trying to play well. I think he probably beat me, but he didn't really even crack a smile the whole day. It was myself, Urban, and Alex Smith, you know, so him and Alex go way back. And we, you know, it was one of my first times being around Urban for an extended period of time. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun out there.
AJ, obviously you had a great career while you were at Ohio State, and during your tenure, the Buckeyes played tremendous defense. Yeah, they ran the table last year, 12-0, but defensively they were average at best. What do you think the reason why that was? And looking forward to only a couple returning starters, how will they be this year?
Well, you know, I think with how the college game is these days, it's crazy. I think every single offense I sit there and I watch, I'm trying to put myself in as a defensive coordinator. I just don't know how you stop these guys. I don't know how you stop any offense. And so I think defense is it's evolving. You know, the game is so spread out, so fast. You know, if you can find some guys with speed, you can score a lot of points in college. So I think stopping them is getting more difficult as you go. But I look for huge things this year from them. I think they lost some studs. I think losing John Simon is going to be tough. He was such a great leader and had such a high motor. I love watching him play. But, you know, with Shazier in the middle, I think kind of holding it down, they're going to do really well.
AJ, I think it's really hard to play defense, or I think it's getting harder and harder to play defense now at any level because of these new tackling rules that are coming into place. The Big Ten has a new targeting rule. In your 8 years in the NFL, have you found yourself to teach yourself over and over again different techniques of tackling? Has tackling changed for you as a football player?
It has a little bit. I mean, when they first started talking about the new rules, I basically brushed them off and said, "Yeah, right. I'm not changing. I can't. There's no way. How do you change the way you've grown up hitting since I was in the first grade, you know?" But I've been a part of a few games where we've lost games because of if we've hit a guy in the head or for whatever reason they thought it was a defenseless receiver. So we have to change. Not only are they fining us huge money, but we've lost a few games due to it. So. Yeah, we work on it every day. I mean, honestly, when we watch film of even our practice, our coaches get on us if we look like we're going to spear a guy or we don't have good form, we don't have our head up, anything like that. They let you know that we can't afford to cost this team 15 yards.
AJ, before we bounce, compare for me as a player the roar from Lambeau versus the roar from the shoe.
Oh man, they're very similar. I said that. You know, I'm lucky enough to be going on my 8th year here in Green Bay, and it's such a similar place. And when I walked in the first day when I got off the plane in Green Bay, I felt like the fans had the same passion they have in Columbus. So the shoe obviously is a little bit bigger than anywhere we play in the NFL, but stadiums, you know, Lambeau can definitely get rocking, especially if we can get one of those nights against a big rival like the Vikings or Bears. I mean, these people know what they're doing.
A.J. Hawk's been number 1 or number 2 on the Packers in tackles in every year he's played but one. Thanks for the time. Best of luck this season.
All right. Thanks for having me.